Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seats. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. We are live. Robert, you must have picked the wrong one.
I did, I guess. I'm
We
sorry.
were expecting the longer intro, but we can talk through that. By the way, we put on our pages and streams the new promo for the Keeper. They interviews a lot of the actors and George himself. It's great. I was watching it with my sister today. She's really can't wait to see that. She's got Amazon Prime and wants to see that in November 8th when it comes out. But go to his Facebook, George Eshelman, or go to the Keeper, and you'll see it on both. And so 418 today, and I was thinking, Rob, of course we're going a little longer. He had thousands, but he took the 364, 363, then added one to the nameplates. We're going a little longer, so our number is higher, and it will continue to rise, sadly. Minimum baseline 418. That's sad.
It's actually a horrible thought all the way across on it. So,
But they do a great job in the promo of talking about getting help, knowing there's help, all those things.
and there is help. And there is help. If you're not, look, you can contact any VA center, any of them, any VA. It doesn't matter which one you're assigned to. You can actually contact any VA center that you want. And there's help there. You know, you got your brothers and your sisters, your fellow veterans. I mean, I've been talking to some of the Legion halls around here, and I haven't seen not one person yet that hadn't said that they wouldn't listen to somebody in need. But the biggest thing is you got to use this thing right here. Let somebody know you're struggling.
Yeah.
Don't do it alone. Don't try to do it alone. There's help. Just take it.
And it knows no age. There's no age limit or lower or upper. It can happen at any time. These things can lay dormant, struggling with it, managing it, and then things can kind of go haywire. Could be even medication could influence it. Get a little off on your medication. We see that all the time. Lots of just life starts falling apart. Maybe alcoholism, other things. Next thing you know, they're in trouble. My boss, he's an Army vet. Was in the Army for a long time, and he has something he tells all the new hires that come to our company. And he says this. He said, "Listen, life is hard already. Don't make it any harder." And then if you're talking about a veteran who has served in a war zone, then it's even harder.
Yeah.
But then I would say that same thing applies. Don't make it harder. There's help there. Get help, because you can't do it alone. We're not 10 foot tall and bulletproof. That's
no,
saying it's true.
And see, I've experienced this firsthand with my dad. And yeah, it's the ones they leave behind is we think that you're tough and you got this because you say we'll be concerned, we'll ask you about it. Oh, I got this, I got a handle on it.
Yeah.
And that's not the way it works out. And I've experienced that firsthand, and it's not any easier for the ones that you leave behind.
So welcome to Front Porch Talkin, our Friday night free for all. Who knows what we're going to talk about? We never know, but it always comes out.
Well, right now, I want to show a picture that I missed this morning on our salute to Rough and Ready, California.
All right, Rough and Ready. Here we go.
I'm going to show a quick picture. It's just going to take me just a second here.
Well, we saw a couple of good pictures this morning.
That's the mine.
All right.
It's one of the mines. There's the shaft going down.
One of the 49ers.
Yeah. I missed that this morning. I had it loaded up over here, but now I'm here.
Well, things happen. You had a rough night, and sometimes we just miss stuff. I mean, I've done that. I've been meaning,
Well, I'm
you
sure
know.
folks expect you to miss a few things, being elderly and all, but I'm a lot younger than you, and they really don't expect me to miss that much.
I don't know about a lot younger.
I was waiting to see if you was gonna call me out on that. I was gonna see if you was gonna call me out on it. You're what?
Yeah,
You're what? 13, 14 years older than me?
no, no, it ain't that much, brother. It ain't that much.
You're born 47, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was born in '47. Yeah.
1847. You're
Well,
good for your age, being
if if
elderly.
if I was, if I was, then I'm doing pretty good. I met a
Yeah.
guy going to the bank the other day. He said, I'm a little slower, but I'm 85 years old. I said, praise God. I said, I hope I'm getting around as good as you are at 85. He didn't look 85. And, some days I might feel like it. But he looked good, and God bless him. He's out there active, going to the bank. I hope he had a pile of money in there. I hope he went there and just went and had a good time. you know, he looked like a military veteran to me. Honestly, he did. He had that look, had that cut.
Yeah.
Some people you can just tell they have that cut.
You know what would be funny is if in the next day in the newspaper you saw where older 85-year-old man was arrested for bank robbery.
Well, if he did it, he did it because I ended up being right in front of him, and the bank was not have enough help, and so we had both had to wait patiently. While, by the way, Rob, the drive-through they had two people working the drive-through and the front counter, and had I don't know some other lady running around, and they're just covered up and they're apologizing, but leave it to me to get stuck behind somebody doing a lot of business. I try to really have things planned out. So it
Yeah.
just so happened that both these ladies I don't know what they had going on. I get it, but one of them, and when they're having to go dig stuff out and print stuff off and look up stuff, it's going to be a while. So I was like, oh goodness. So the other lady, she was, she was about to wrap up. She was about to wrap up. I'm sitting here going, all right, had food in the car, ready to go home, baby girls out there. I'm just, trying to get done. And the lady says, can I help you with anything else? Well, actually, I want to know what the exchange rate is for the euro dollar. We're fixing to go to Italy. And I was like, that started a conversation. Oh, I wish I could go to Italy. And then she had, well, I'll have to go look that up. And then the lady says, well, and I thought she was going to give her a number and be gone. Oh, no, she decides, and she's telling everybody her business. She goes, well, I've got $1,000. My girlfriend's got $1,000, and we'd like to get it exchanged. And I'm thinking that's not really the information you need to share with everybody. So then she actually does that transaction. So it was a bit. We were standing there all waiting patiently, and they're totally oblivious that there's a line of people behind them. Totally.
Oh yeah.
The lady looked back once, just looking around, and I could see her almost jump, like, "Oh my goodness, there's a line of people here." We're all sitting there like, da 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 da. I mean, I get it. You got to take care of business, but when everything that you used to be able to do, Rob, fast,
You
it's
can't
not
do it.
fast anymore.
No.
Convenience stores, not fast. Ever since they brought the lottery to Georgia, forget it. Not going to happen. And now they got cards you got to put in there. You got to punch numbers in. It's like 10 steps if you're using a card, it's like 10 steps. It feels like it's at least 5. And, and then somebody will say, oh, I need a money order. This is called a convenience store, but
That's
it's
what
not
he's going.
convenient.
Go to the post office.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
I love I haven't been to the post office in a while. I try not to go, that's even slower, but there was one time there was this guy, he was no vet too, but he was a little snarky, and he was there for, I mean, decades. And one day he got a little smart with me, their stamp machine was always tore up. This nice, this is really represents government, right? This they
Yeah.
had replaced the old faithful stamp machine. It was great. You could always get stamps. Well, they replaced it with this nice digital. I mean, it was the latest. The Stamp 5000 or something. I mean, had all the bells and whistles, and it would talk to you and all that stuff. But it stayed tore up all the time. So you go in there and you want to put some money in there, and it would give you change and everything, but it was always tore up, Rob. Always tore up. Never get stamps. So you had to go wait in line with all the other people, and so you finally get up there, and you've got like you just need. I don't know. I don't buy like a bunch of stamps. I have before, but sometimes you just want one stamp, Rob. Right? I mean, you're there, you got the letter, you just want one stamp. So I had like a $5 bill or something, and I said, I want one stamp, and the guy goes, that'll be whatever it was, 27 cents, or back in those days, it may have been 30, I don't remember. And I gave him that $5 bill, and he goes, you ain't got anything less than that? I said, well, actually, no. I was going to use the stamp machine. It would give me change. That's what I have. I have a $5 bill. Well, I don't want to give you all my change. I said, well, go get some out of the stamp machine. It's not working. And he got mad at me. So he gave me a hard time, and he talked down to me in front of all these people. So I got him. Love him, but I got him. I had to teach him a lesson, Rob. Sometimes you just have to go there. So the next time I needed a stamp, it was a few weeks later. I went in there. Of course, what happened, Rob, when I went to the post office? What happened to the stamp machine?
It wasn't working.
It's tore up again. Big old sign out of order. So I'm like, okay, here we go. This time I didn't have a $5 bill. I went up there and I said I need one stamp, and he gets it out. He slides it across there, and he gives me that look like, you're going to give me a $5 bill, ain't you? He didn't say it, but he had that look. He said, that'll be, we'll just say 30 cents. I don't remember what it was. So he says, 30 cents. I slapped a $20 bill down there. Man, his whole face went red. He didn't say nothing, though. I felt like Robert that day. He didn't say nothing. He slapped that $20 bill off there. Man, he was over there counting that out. He slapped that change down there. He said, next. He was so mad at me, but he never questioned me anymore. Never, ever.
You know what you should have done? When he went next, you go, wait, I'd like to get a money order for the rest of this. Or,
oh my goodness, man! It was.
Or you could have went, I'd like to get one more, please. And when he sits one more up there, then you set a 5 up there.
Oh, it was just small town. Everybody knows everybody. They know you're coming in like, oh, this guy's gonna have a correct change. But I was going to put the thing in there, and also they sold newspapers there. So I thought, well, I'll get the stamps, get some change, and I'll buy paper out of the machine out front. Oh no, the stamp machine was always tore up. So later on, my wife, she that was before I don't know if that was before I got married or after, I don't remember. But anyway, she just said, I'll start buying a book of stamps. Now they got them forever stamps, and they stay good forever, supposedly. And, and then I would go, and then that was a whole other problem. I'd say, hey, I need a stamp. And I'd tell my wife, and she'd say, where did I put those stamps at? So the stamp machine was out of order down at the post office. The stamp machine was out of order at home.
So that's like saying your dishwasher was broke.
Oh.
Dude, that's not very nice.
Oh man, I'm in a good mood tonight. Let's have some fun. That's my That's my stamp story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, it's stuck to the envelope, I hope.
Well, it done a pretty good job. How would you like to have the job of licking stamps? Well, that was nasty. They got to make the little things you can do that with, but
my mom, when I was a kid, she'd be like, "Here, lick this." I know better. Here,
Oh man.
Oh, dude. Dude, I'm still excited.
Excited?
Yeah. I got to meet Pam Wells last night. I'm still excited about that.
Okay, I'm happy for you. It doesn't do anything in North Georgia, but I'm happy for you.
Dude, she's from Bainbridge, around that area.
I'm just saying, that's great.
Wait
That's
a minute.
great. I mean, I'm happy for you. I'm not mean that in a bad way. I'm just like, it don't do nothing for me.
Hmm.
I don't even know who she is. I mean, I understand what you said, who she is. I didn't know her.
Okay.
Was you fanboy? Was your face, was your cheeks all red? You was all,
No.
I'm a big fan.
I did tell her I was a big fan.
You fanboy.
That's right.
I know all about you. I've followed your career.
Oh, I haven't followed her career. I do. I have seen her where I've seen her where she's facing a lot of stuff. You know.
That's cool. Believe it or not, years ago I used to be a member of Bass. Believe it.
BASS. I can believe that.
Yeah, I was.
I am now.
I had the sticker on my car and everything.
Jenny won't let me put a sticker on her car.
Her car.
Yeah. Well, it's our car, but
Well, yeah,
I can't drive it, so it might as well just be hers.
Well, it's still y'all's.
Oh yeah,
But if you ask people, they'll say, "Oh, that's my truck. That's her car." I mean, they do say that, but it's really both of yours.
yeah. Well, just for the record, so you know, she's fished in 38 tournaments. She's had a classic appearance. She's finished 24 times in the money out of 38 tournaments. That's not bad. Four
That's
first
great.
place finishes.
So she don't fish anymore. That was her professional bass fishing career. Now she's just teaching, or does she still go out and try to win some money?
She's coaching now. So
Well, but I get it. Or teaching, coaching, same thing. I
yeah,
mean, really.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No,
You mean tell me a coach don't teach?
yeah, they have teaching jobs too.
No, you mean to tell me a coach is not teaching you anything?
Well, he's teaching you
A,
how to hit that guy in front of you.
a coach is a teacher. A coach is a teacher.
There she is.
Cool.
Salute.
Well, I'm glad you got your autograph. I'm glad you got to meet her.
I did.
I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad you're
Why are
happy.
you so grumpy tonight? I thought you was in a good mood. Now you coming
I'm in
off
a good
grumpy.
mood. I said I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm
Mm,
happy for you.
I'm glad.
I'm glad this
You
moment
need to
came
be
in your
happy.
life.
You
I
need to
hope
be
that
happy.
that's one, like a bucket thing, and you kick that bucket, and there's a few more you got
Well,
to
it
get
wasn't on
before
my
you check
bucket
out.
list, but it was nice to have. You grouch. Oh,
I'm not grouchy.
you're being grouchy. I'm gonna keep on now till you are grouchy.
I met Brett Michaels one time. I got his autograph, but
Was you a fanboy?
I was a fan of the band. I was. No, actually, I had to get his attention off all these half-dressed girls that surrounded him when he rode out there on his Harley.
Yeah.
And I, by the time I got down there, I said, "Hey, that's Brett Michaels." Got down there. This is in Nashville. We got there way early. I forgot about the time change. So we're like way early. Listen to the pre-concert in the car. I said, "Hey, check out dude out driving out the back of the truck with hair." I said, "Look at the bike." All the girls are going, "Look at the hair," But that guy, it can't be a roadie. I said, "Look at that bike. That's an expensive bike." I said, "That's Brett Michaels." He was coming toward our gate. We went down there. All these girls are surrounding him. They're just all gushing and oohing and God and everything else. And he's all just he's strutting for them. And so I'm thinking, how can I get this guy's attention off all these girls who are just throwing themselves at him, and without looking like a geek and a dork and everything else. So, but see, I had an ace in the hole. I had seen him, the band, the night before in Atlanta,
Ah.
and it just so happens that this was when CC, his life fell apart, drugs, and Richie Klotzen was in the band. Now, that ended bad, but at the time, he was worried. He was really worried. So I just said, "Hey, man, great show last night." That's all I said. When he heard that, he's like, "Hey, who said that?" And he looks at me. He goes, "Did you say that? Was you there?" I said, "Yes, sir, I was there." He goes, "Wow, tell me what you think." So I was talking about the show, and then he goes, "That's great, man." He goes, "Tell me really honestly. I want to know. You got to tell me. Be honest." He said, "What do you think of Richie?" And I said, "I thought it was great. I loved his solo." I said, he's got a real bluesy sound, and that album that he played on, it's real bluesy."
Yeah.
And Native Tongue, I think it was. Anyway, he goes, so you think it's a good fit? I said, I do. He said, man, you just don't know how that makes me feel. And all these girls are looking like, man, what's this guy doing talking? But see, that's his money, man. That's his money. That's his career. That's his thing. So then my buddy's over here elbowing me like, come on, man, introduce me, without saying it. And I said, oh, this is my friend Jeff. Jeff, he's deceased now. He had bad health, but so he's talking to him. He goes, and Jeff couldn't hardly talk. He was like, he didn't know what to say. So Brett says, hey, you guys want an autograph? And I said, sure. And Jeff, he's like trying to figure out, because I had something. I think I had my hat. I was always hat, so I just had him sign my hat. And Jeff's trying to find something. He goes, you got anything? And it hits him, man. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. He pulls his billfold out. He pulls out a speeding ticket. When Brett Michaels sees that folded up, he knows exactly what it is. He goes, man, I know what that is. He just snatches it out of his hand. And he says, what'd you get in trouble for? And he rolls up. He reads it. He reads the whole thing out. He goes, man, I got a drawer full of these things. He goes, welcome to the club, and fist bumps him. He said, is it all right if I sign this? He said, yeah. So he signed right across it. He said, it's an honor, and handed it back. Then we turned it. I said, well, we're going to let you go. I said, I know you're busy. He winked at me. He said, oh, yeah, thank you. The girls were about ready to, hurt us. They were mad at us, especially me. Wow. I was the big ugly in their way, So we went on back to our car, and that's when I met Brett Michaels. He was really nice, really nice. I'll say that. He was really come out to greet the fans, and I was a Poison fan. I liked them. One of my favorite song is "I Won't Forget You." I just a ballad, but they had some really good songs. Some I didn't care for as much. Whenever I think of you, I think of their song "Look What the Cat Dragged In." I mean, that was a low blow, man. I'm sorry.
That was bad. That was bad.
Chickmate says she likes Styx and Warrant.
Who's Warrant?
You don't remember Warrant? Oh, man.
I remember Def Leppard,
Cherry Pie. You remember that?
Oh, I do remember Cherry Pie. Yeah. She's my cherry pie. Okay. I got you. I got you.
And you said you was a fan of rock.
Great White. Once bitten, twice shy.
Wait a minute. Chickmate says she's your fanboy, then fangirl. That was a gender mix up there.
No, she was telling you she wants to yodel again.
Well, let her yodel.
Well, I don't have her info. You're going to have to do it.
Oh, go in the email. It's easy for you to do it. I don't have it pulled up on the Yahoo, and it's in there. Just it's easy if you do the invite. It'll take me 5 minutes to do that. I've got to get that up on my desktop. I don't remember my sign-in information for a password. So if you could do that, please, sir.
Awesome.
Robert's a big Warrant fan. No, not really.
Robert's kind of.
I wouldn't say I was a huge Warrant fan, but I did like some of their songs. Uncle Tom's Cabin, and but they had something. Jenny Lamb. It's sad what happened to him. I mean, battle with a bottle, man. Takes you down. Happened to a lot of folks. That's why you need the Lord. Got to get right. Get out of that old wicked lifestyle. Lay her down. Get on the new wine, which is the Holy Spirit. Give us a second there, Chickmate. Be patient. We're old. We're elderly. It takes us a minute. We have to think on all these. We got more brain cells dead than alive by now.
Speak for yourself.
We will absolutely pray for you. Absolutely. We do. We pray for you. So I say we do. It's good. Chris has been coming in a little bit more and talking to us. I'm excited about that. And I know he's getting better. I'm sorry they didn't find their cat. I did like to see that Madison from ARA had her article got in the Donaldsonville News. That's cool.
Yes, she did. I like that.
You need to go get one of those. What are they, $1 or something? You need to buy one of those. We'll We'll show that. We'll just show that whole page.
As mean as you've been to me tonight, you want me to go out there and buy you? Oh my
No,
God!
you don't have to buy it for me, but
This whole thing. Go do that, bossy ass. What?
upper middle age, yeah, upper late age.
Yeah, he's older than. Well, they say most men age like fine wine. Dave is aged like milk.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
All curdled up, crusty.
No, I'm not crusty. I'm not curled up.
Curdled up.
Curdled? Curdled? I don't even. That sounds like something you do at the Olympics. Curdling?
That's hurdling, but this is curdle.
It's not hurdling. I'm not talking about hurdling. What's that they call when they slide that heavy thing across the ice? That's
curling?
Curling? I don't remember.
Curling. And they get the broom out there and they.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Can I just be me for a minute? I'm not being mean. I'm in a mood. I'll admit it.
Be you.
Listen, I appreciate what they've done. I appreciate how they get out there and they win gold medals and all that. But I honestly think that's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in Olympics. It's not the dumbest. Hello, chick bait, but it is one of the dumbest.
Hold on. Hi. How you doing? How you doing, Robert?
I'm doing good.
That's
I'm
good.
not being pretty and ornery, but Dave's being mean. He's grouchy tonight. He's been picking on me ever since we.
I've been laughing the whole time.
Great.
I've been laughing
about the stamp machine.
Dang Skippy, I have. She's got a guitar. Hey, I like the color on that. What kind of guitar is that?
It's a Fender.
A Fender. Yeah, baby. Fender.
There again.
Can you play it?
I can attempt. Hold on.
I mean, I've got a guitar, but I can't really play. I can play like 5 chords. I've got to get back to practicing. Not bad. Not bad. You can do better than me. I like the color on it, though. I've not seen one quite that color.
It's like really aqua marine kind
of. That's cool.
I know what I call that color.
What?
I know what I call that color.
What do you call
that color? And I call it blue.
Seafoam green.
Yeah, that's blue.
I don't think they call that blue, Rob. I don't think that's blue.
I think so.
Well, anyway, I was trying to play it in like the timing wise. I didn't have the notes put out,
Well, that's okay. Well, if you get really good at it, you can go down the street corner and play for change. Throw your guitar case out there.
Sky's the limit.
That's a great thing about an acoustic guitar. You can go anywhere and you can.
It's actually a hybrid electric acoustic.
Oh, I like the electric acoustic. Is it a 6 or 12 string? It's 6. I see it. Okay.
It's 6.
I love those 12-string electrics. Wow.
It's a used guitar, but
oh, that makes it better.
Thick and it's pretty.
Yeah, those old guitar players. That's what they want. They want them old ones. They want something new. I mean, they'll play new. They get their. They're almost obligated to play some of them when they do their signature guitar, like Phil Collins, Def Leppard. He has his PC1, and it's a line, so they have to play them some because they want people to buy them. He had some that he did in Japanese wording and stuff, and they splashed paint all over them. They made a limited run of like 200 of them or something.
Well, thanks for letting me play the few notes I was working on for my song I was working on today.
An original, or you try to play somebody's song? Was it original?
That was original.
Okay, so just music now, no lyrics just yet.
Oh no, I write lyrics constantly. Like I'm a poet. If you didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, she was nice to you. She said you were upper middle aged.
Yeah. At least she didn't say that I came from the dark ages.
You're about 2 minutes away from the nursing home. Who are you kidding?
Like I'm going to be
Bro.
middle.
I'll never make the nursing home. The men in my family, bam, they're just gone.
guys, I will be 43 next month, and every year, according to logic, I'm going to be older every year.
Yeah, according to logic, that would be logical. That
Yeah.
sounds like something Spock would say. You know.
Yeah. But I
Logic.
got news for you. I'm just 40.
Oh, don't let him lie to you like that.
I am.
What
And
in that years?
You know how I know?
He gets a pass because of the epilepsy.
No. My mama told me that I couldn't get no older because she was not going to have a son older than she was.
Your mama was right, and she never lied to you, and I love you 100% for that.
I'm 40.
You're
We're
40.
the same age.
You're 40 forever.
Mama said.
I can't argue with your mama, okay?
Yeah,
I refuse to argue with your mother.
that's right. Dave?
Your turn.
I'm glad that you have that thought in your heart. It's a nice thought. It works well on Mama Said when we do our Mama Said show.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, for North Georgia, it sounds like crapola.
This is still 2 against me here. Robert and me are 2 against 1 you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I can't even tell Mama on you.
Did you notice?
Mama myself, she's gone too. So
Did you even notice what we did tonight? We didn't plan this, but we've got the red and black on.
We did.
We got the Georgia colors.
Guys.
Red and black. I don't have the dog hat on. I have one. This is my Alabama hat. The great state of Alabama.
The great state of Alabama.
The great state. It is a great state. It's a great state. It's a wonderful state.
Is that their state motto? Or
no, I don't think it's their motto, but my grandmother was from Alabama. So
my dad went to this for all the wrong reasons. But
do you know the Alabama motto?
No, I don't.
Dave?
Don't believe the next words out of his mouth because he don't know.
Dave?
He's gonna make something up, but make it good. No.
Wait.
I bet if we did a poll in Alabama, there would be people that would believe that.
No, I want to hear it.
I guarantee you there's some out there that believe it.
No, Robert, I have to hear this now. What?
Roll Tide? That's what the Alabama University fans say about their team, Roll Tide. They yell it all the time. It's like when you go to a concert, somebody says, "Free Bird!" I mean,
on another channel tonight. I was like, play Freebird, you know. Like I warned people on other channels I had my guitar out tonight, and they didn't want to believe me. And I'm like, know what I mean? But I'm here right now, so
there's a lot of people online that are passive aggressive. I mean, it's like they challenge you on everything, you know. Like you have to put it in your face.
In like this true crime community, and they're wackos.
Okay, I don't even know how to say this.
Say it any way you want.
It's this, Rob. THIS. This.
Audimus Jura.
Are you grammar?
Defender. Dave, that is the Alabama state motto. It's in Latin.
But what does it mean?
We dare defend our rights, or we dare maintain our rights.
Okay. She concurs, Unsolved with Barb, concurs that, yes, they are. I guess she's responding to the wacko. The wacko.
Hey, Barb.
I'm sorry for bringing any bad karma into this conversation.
There's no bad karma. All are welcome here.
Me and David get on each other all the time.
Yeah, true crime. True crime. I get it. I like the true crime, but I just can't get into like
it's
really deep. Yeah,
it's too
it really is.
Yeah.
By the way, the case that's going on right now, the trial that ended today, and the 14-year-old was found guilty. That's a horrible case. That just drives me crazy to hear the details of that case.
That's just part of reality. Like we need to like acknowledge these things happen, and they're really bad, and it sucks, but it's really sad. and it's hard to talk about because it brings me down. It brings me down.
Yeah. And right now we're on the front porch. At Davis Fish get a leg.
I want the lemonade, and I want the rutabagas.
Yeah, rutabaga.
Yeah.
I showed up to
pick up any rutabagas store. I've been making a lot of rutabagas lately. I think we're about rutabaga out.
Here's what you do, Chickbait. You have to do this and report back. You go down to your local grocery and you ask them if they have rutabagas.
Hold on.
And I want to know. I want to see.
I got a pen. I got paper. What do you want?
Yeah. Ask them, do you sell rutabagas? And just see what they say. And then you can report back the next time you come in. When next time you go to the store.
Okay. I wrote it down. Thanks, guys.
So just put your shopping list on there and say, oh, by the way, do y'all sell rutabagas? I would be curious. In your area, do they sell rutabagas?
Down the street. Like I told you, I live in the mall, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they have those in the mall or not.
No, they do.
But, it's good Southern food. I'm telling you, rutabagas are good. Now, the way I fix them, they are not good for you.
Robert, can you email me a recipe that I can try, and then I'll make it and tell you how it turned out?
Okay. If you can find the rutabagas.
No, I want your favorite recipe. I don't want to.
Robert, I hope the recipe doesn't start. Soak them in Budweiser. Please tell me it doesn't start like that.
No, because I'm going to eat them, and I can't even drink anymore. So no, I got to be nice.
I want to make sure that we don't have some sort of crazy recipe.
Dave is trying to help you out. Okay, so tonight, want to hear what happened, guys? Front porch.
Front porch.
Yeah.
So my friend came over, brought me food from Wendy's, and then brought me this ghost pepper sauce.
Is it good?
No, nasty.
Yeah. I don't like peppers, so especially something called ghost pepper.
Do I like flavorful pepper? I don't like something that's going to burn me up. I don't really care how hard it is. I'm after flavor.
I figured I'd leave this out for the show.
I like it. Ghost.
I don't know.
Why is it called ghost pepper? I mean, I don't have no clue. Ghost pepper. Does that mean like you die? And you come back?
Yeah.
What is that?
They call them ghost peppers for a reason, Dave. They'll burn you. It's a one
and done.
Okay, hold on. There's ingredients on here, right?
It probably says nuclear cayenne or something like that.
Carolina Reapers.
Anymore. I'm getting too old. The print's too small.
Oh Lord, that's something I would say.
There's distilled vinegar.
Oh, that's good in everything, right? Distilled vinegar.
There's water. There's yeast.
I've not heard anything yet that would make me want to eat it.
How about this? The print is too small. I can't read it. So anyway.
That's like a contract when you get down to where they don't want you to see what they put in there.
Well, I told my friend to bring me over chicken McNuggets, and he was nice enough to bring over chicken McNuggets, like nuggets or like Wendy's nuggets.
Yeah.
And so they came over for, dinner, hang out, with my cats.
Okay, cool.
And I asked for ranch sauce, which I did get.
Right.
But they also brought me over the ghost pepper sauce. And I'm like, no, I didn't want that. And they said that they gave them to him in the drive-thru anyway.
Usually they don't give you jack unless you ask for it anymore. You have to go, oh, please, could I have a napkin, a straw?
No, they threw in ghost pepper sauce. Like,
maybe they're trying to get rid of it. Like nobody's eating it. So they're just, let's throw some ghost pepper sauce at every customer that comes through tonight. Let's get rid of this stuff.
And I legit did not ask for it.
Well, if it was something you wanted, you wouldn't have got it. That's the way this works. When you go through the convenience, which is not a convenience anymore, of a drive-through restaurant. You know, don't you just love? And I know nobody can get help, but don't you just love how you go to a drive-through and they have the two windows? How many times is the first window even manned anymore?
It doesn't even. No,
thanks for your order. Pull to the second window, please.
No, you see the first window, you go to the second window. Always. But like, no, my friend was generous and got me some chicken nuggets tonight, you know.
Well, that was nice of your friend.
Yes.
I was at a McDonald's there in Chickamauga, Rob, one morning early. I think I was going into work really early. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, it's early. Like that McDonald's is 24/7. So I went to the first window, you know, because it's lit up, and I'm sitting there for a minute. I'm waiting, you know, and I didn't know that there's a police officer behind me. It's a lady officer. And all of a sudden, she hollers out the window very rudely, "Pull to the second window. There's nobody there." I look back at her like, well, that's nice to know.
Well, I mean,
she was not nice. She did. I'm sure she was telling me I was old and stupid and everything else. So I pulled up and got my stuff. But I didn't know they didn't have a sign there that said "Pull to the second window." Man, crazy.
Anyway, do you have Wendy's down there?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. My granddaughter likes the Wendy's. I like it some. It's okay. We have a Wendy's that's very close.
Right back. You're my two new best friends. I'll be right back. My cat just made noise over there. Gonna make sure didn't get into
Steve or Chad.
I don't know. They're mysterious like that. Like one of them instigates something and the other one covers up for the other one.
Cool.
Okay.
They're brothers.
Is sent.
I'll be right back.
The recipe is sent.
Follow my recipe because I cook like my grandmother. I don't measure squat. I ain't never done it. Ain't really looking to try. So,
how do you measure a squat?
I don't know. I told you I ain't measuring squat. I don't know how they measure that. How would you even fit that in a measuring cup?
I have no idea. So, I was at this engineering event today. I'm not an engineer. I was support, but it was fun. I could have took part in everything. It didn't require too much brain power. It was more just working together as a team, but a team building thing. The guy says later on, one of the last things we're going to do, I'm going to use a leaf blower, and it's one of the last things we're going to do. I'm going to use a leaf blower, and we're going to get a measurement. And I thought, leaf blower, what the? I thought he's pulling their leg, you know. So they go through all these different things. They're building stuff, and it's fun. And about 3 hours in, we got about 40 minutes left or something. The guy, I look up and sure enough, the guy's got a leaf blower out there, and he's getting all the cord unwrapped, he's getting it plugged in, he's putting the end on it and everything. And what he did is the teams built these two things that they gave them different tasks to build things. So they had built this. So he gets a measuring tape and he stretches across the room, and so he gets his earplugs out. He plays safe. Some of those guys did. I didn't have mine. I didn't know this was going to be like a OSHA violation here of sound. So he stood on the tape measure and he goes across and he would just get closer. And at the point that the thing they built crashed and just went into 1,000 pieces, he would drop right down right there and get a measurement from on the floor. And he did that for both teams. They were in 3 teams sometimes. This was 2 teams. And he told them that they had to pass the not endurance test, but it was whatever they built had to pass some sort of test. It was part of their grade. And I thought, well, he never announced like who won. He just said, this one was 4'9" and this one was 4'1". That's interesting. I just find that interesting. He said, it probably wasn't fun for you, but it is for me. He puts the thing back up and he moves on to the next thing. I'm like, well, what did that mean? Like he never gave a meaning of that. But he pulls out the leaf blower inside a convention hall. And my plant manager had showed up and he's sitting there looking at him with that look like, okay, what are you doing? Anyway, I bought the guy's book. He had a couple of books there. One was looked like a kid's book, but I bought the other book. It was just $10. And I started reading it. And he sounds to me A little bit like you, Rob. A little bit like you. But not entirely. Now, he sounds like you. Y'all's minds are really synced up. But his laugh, you probably won't remember this, but there's a scene in All in the Family where his nephew. No. When Archie calls for
I
lawyers
love
to come,
the family.
he says that he has been hurt in an accident, and they send this guy that's supposed to be the son-in-law to these Jewish lawyers, but he comes out and he has this really horrible laugh. This guy had the same laugh as that guy. I've never heard it before, ever, except in that show. I thought he was making it up, but the actors was made up. His is real. I was like, wow. But when I read his book, I didn't pick up on it in the class, but when I read just the first page or two of his book, oh, y'all some kin somewhere along the line. I'll tell you that. I'll have to get that book. I'm going to tell you what he did to people. Because he calls it lying when it's okay to lie or something like that. It's funny. Not big lies, little lies. He likes to mess with people.
To mess with people.
He twists the story.
I very seldom mess with
Okay,
people.
so he's the original troll of the internet.
You've never twisted a story, Rob, for the pure joy of messing with somebody?
I don't remember.
Troll.
I don't remember doing that, Dave. I don't think. I don't
He's
think
about
I've
it.
ever.
He's about
I
as
don't
tall.
think I've ever. No, I maybe I'm just
Chick-mate-
getting elderly and I don't remember.
Chick-mate, he's about as tall as a troll. He just don't have the hair.
Yeah.
Let's not go there, okay?
I'm taller than a troll.
No, I said Archie Bunker was like the original troll.
Oh, and I do have hair too. I have a lot of hair.
I know, I saw it.
It's on my back.
We don't want to
I've
say
got
that.
plenty.
In your hat.
No, it's on my back.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right.
I'm going to do a comb way over.
Robert, remember when we were wearing our hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I.
mine's right there.
Yeah, he looks like Joe Exotic.
Dave was too chicken to do it.
Yeah.
I don't have a wig. I'm not chicken. I don't have a wig.
Okay, we can buy you a wig.
I've never done the wig thing with fake hair and all that. You know, I've never done that. I really haven't.
I've had that. Now,
What's
in all fairness,
can happen?
In all fairness, I bought that wig years ago for Halloween, and it's probably been 8 or 9 years ago, and I'm surprised I've still got it.
Well,
but I wore it up before my grandmother passed. I wore it up there.
Well, Robert, whenever I showed up before the show and I forgot my wig, and I went to see it, find where it was. I brought it out like when we were talking about it the first time, and no, I haven't worn it in ages, and I got it for Halloween too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
back when I dressed up for Halloween, which was more than 50 years ago. It might have been 48. It's not, maybe not quite 50. I quit.
He's 70. You're 70 what?
I quit dressing up for Halloween as a very young person. Very, very young. I didn't like that whole thing. But I would do the mask. I didn't do the hair. I did the mask. And I didn't like the mask because you sweated really bad on your face. So I ditched that, and I was just going for the candy. I refused to say the whole trick or treat. I thought that was dumb. But I went solely for the candy and just to be out with my friends and everything. But the coolest thing I ever saw, we'll say this, one of the coolest things I ever saw was we went to this house in a subdivision that's close by. And it was a split foyer, so they have the steps going up, the steps going down. All the lights are out in the house except for right there in that foyer. And, they had stuff set up. It was obvious that they had even had a candy bowl. I could see it. So I walked up there with my little sister and some other little kids. I was like the biggest kid there. This was probably the last year I dressed up because I felt dorky the whole time. And I was the one ringing the doorbell. And I just said to the kids, I don't guess they can hear it. I mean, I can hear it. Maybe they're not home or they're whatever. And I was turning to leave. This guy timed this perfect. This guy leaped out of the darkness from the top. So he's coming down at us. And he has painted himself up, and he looks like the Incredible Hulk from the TV show. and he's got the split pants. He's painted green. He's got a, I'm sure it was a wig, and he jumps down there. He works out. He looked like that dude, and he jumps down there and he screams like, ah! And all them kids screamed. I mean, you'd have thought somebody died, and I just froze and shook, and I thought, yeah, that okay, it ain't real. That was pretty good. Okay, just give him my candy now since you've got me a
all
heart
I
attack.
ever wanted was candy and a wig. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm a simple person.
simple mind.
But I wore that wig up to my grandmother's before she passed. And
What?
she looked at it and she said, "Has it been that long since you came to see me?"
Wait,
of course, I was there the
what?
day before, but
That's
Wait,
pretty good.
Robert, what?
huh? Been that
Repeat.
long since I've been there to see her.
See
Because I
who?
had hair, and I didn't have hair the day before.
Oh, but seen who?
My grandmother,
I mean,
before she passed.
no, I mean the other. Okay, I got confused. Never mind.
And when my Aunt Vonda,
It's easy to do it
she
this
looked at me. And when my Aunt Vonda got there, she looked at me during that week. She said, "Have you lost your mind?"
I know the word you left out. I'll play a song about that.
Yeah.
That's it. What? I'm a good guitarist, aren't I?
Probably about as well as I am on the piano.
It's almost as better as my yodeling.
Oh,
You know,
Dave, why don't we
Chick Nate,
run us a
well, real
run
quick.
us a commercial too? Let
I
me
gotta
step
go,
away.
you guys. But before I go, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say real quick, and we'll let Rob get away. I have to delay him because he's probably got to go to the restroom, so I'm enjoying this. But since you said that about guitar, one time when I was in high school, and I was mortified, we went to play for the seniors at this senior center in Chattanooga, and they wanted me to sing a Johnny Cash song. I Walk the Line. I think, and it might have been Folsom Prison Blues, but anyway, it was one of those.
Yeah,
And they gave me a guitar with no strings, and I had to fake it. I said, "You have got to be kidding me." They said, "No, it's fine. They'll love it." I said, "There's no strings on the guitar, and I can't play a guitar. They'll never know, Dave." So we go. Long story short, there's other people singing and doing different things. It was a whole. It was. I got stuck. That's a whole other story. I got stuck in a class I didn't want. The singing club, the glee club, whatever they called that thing. Chorus. It was the chorus. Anyway, so I did it. They made me. They said you have to. Like, I don't know why I thought I had to. Because I guess they probably said we'll fail you if you don't. So I did it. And all the old people were back a little bit. So their vision wasn't good. And when I got done, there was a roar that came up, and they just loved it. And,
I just like Robert's
and the teacher said
to you the entire time is like,
yeah,
class.
the teacher said,
God,
"See,
please.
you're a star." You know what they did? They said, "Can he come back next week and play some more?"
Please tell me that you started with, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash."
They made me, dude. That's the whole thing. They made me.
Okay.
And I asked them why I got stuck with that song. And I don't mean this to sound critical of anybody or anyone, but I got to be honest, everybody in that chorus was either a girl or a guy with a high-pitched voice. They said, "You're the only one that has a deep voice in the class." I said, "I'm not a bass." They said, "Yeah, but you've got the deepest voice in this class, and you have to do this song." I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was a sophomore in high school. I'm like, "Oh man, I hope nobody sees this." Thank goodness no video of it.
Okay, so before I go, just thank you, Robert. Thank you, Dave, for making me laugh that hard.
You are very welcome. Go take care of your cats. Have a great evening. Eat that ghost pepper and tell us how it tastes.
No, I'm pouring the ghost pepper out, but I'm sorry. Should I send it down to you? I'll get the mailing address and I'll send all the.
No, I'm not a huge fan of ghost peppers.
All the Wendy's ghost pepper I have left, I'm more than welcome to donate it to charity.
Hey, there's starving people that would eat that.
Exactly. Robert get this.
I get it. You need to send it. Hey, send it to the elementary school.
No.
Like for free school lunches and stuff?
No.
Yeah. Help
No.
feed the young children.
Not going to happen.
No, not going to happen.
Bye, y'all.
Good night.
Good night. We're going to commercial. Rob, go do whatever you do, okay?
I'm going to go do what.
Here at the Southern Fried Podcast, one of the blessed things we've been able to do is partner with the wonderful people at Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. These folks are a no-kill shelter in Donaldsonville, Georgia. You see the contact info on the screen. And these folks would love to have you come adopt a dog or a cat. They have folks that come from all over the United States, not just the state of Georgia. They're great folks. It's been a wonderful partnership between Southern Fried Podcast and ARA. And we've been blessed to meet some of the folks that have adopted animals from ARA. Also, we've been able to encourage people to donate and volunteer. They encourage volunteers that are in the area, and they're just wonderful people. We'd love for you to contact them, meet them too, go on their website, see some of the animals, and we know you'll want to partner with them too by taking a dog or a cat to their forever home. Join with us, the Southern Fried Podcast, in support of this great work of the Animal Rescue Alliance, Inc., ARA. We know you'll be happy you did. I know we are. The Southern Fried Podcast now has its own store. Go to sfplive.com/store. These links are also found on Facebook and X and some of the other social streams. You will find shirts and hats and mugs and bags and all kinds of items with many different designs. These are just but a few of the more than 250 items that we have with different designs. We hope you'll come and shop, support the podcast. Every dollar that is paid will go towards keeping the podcast growing, and we thank you for your support. sfplive.com/store. Go shop today and get that favorite person in your life their Southern Fried Podcast item, and it'll help us advertise the podcast as you wear these things or take these things out into the public. We thank you for your support. If you have any questions, email us at southernfriedpodcast@yahoo.com. We'll be glad to answer. We're running some specials as well, 20, 25, and even 30% off in some cases. This will eliminate the mailing charges for sure. So go to sfplive.com/store for your Southern Fried Podcast items today. Remember, Christmas is just around the corner. Thank you. Come listen to Mama Said on the Southern Fried Podcast each Monday night at 7 p.m. We love those things that Mama said. Mama had a lot to say to us, and we appreciate it. It means a lot to us. God was good to us when he gave us the gift of mothers. And we'll never forget our mom. Be they living or deceased, moms are powerful in our life, and they shared a lot of things with us. We love to talk about those things on Monday night. Sometimes we invite guests up to be a part of the show. But we'll be live, and we'll have lots to say. Come join us each Monday night at 7 p.m. live on the Southern Fried Podcast on your social media network that you follow. Bam!
Oh, I left my drink in there.
Did you get your coffee?
Oh. No, I had it.
And who's elderly?
You?
Well, I might be, but I sure think young. Laughter doeth good like a medicine. Praise the Lord. Be happy. Have joy. Friday night, front porch talking. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate all those that are in the stream or will be watching in the days and weeks ahead. After all the programs, we'll stay out there. And we're happy that you are a part of the program. Robert, did I just see that you actually got an official coffee mug? It's not a cup. It's actually a coffee mug with a handle and all.
Yeah.
Wow. He's come a long way. I like it.
We don't have coffee in it. It got water.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Water, whatever.
So
it's a coffee cup. Coffee mug.
I heard some news. I heard some news today. I heard that it got passed that in the Georgia election this year, all of the ballots have to be hand counted.
You're only part right on that. It
Okay.
is. They did vote that. That is that election commission by a vote of 3-2. But what that does not entail is that does not mean that all the ballots are going to come back to the central location headquarters and be counted there. That's not what that means.
So they're
It
going to be
means, and
counted at the precinct,
they'll be
right?
counted at the precinct, and you'll just verify that it matches the tape.
Okay.
That'll be the extent of that. And honestly, we've done that before. Just did it. And my precinct, now this one may have a little more. We really don't have but about it might be we might hit 300 this year, but we usually are struggling to get to 200. So it doesn't take that long to really do. So it's not
Okay.
like everybody's got to go down to the headquarters and start counting ballots, at the end of the night in front of all these observers and all that. No, that'll happen. It's just another level. We'll be having our training coming up, and they'll talk about it. But that is, as that commission has said, that's if there's not some sort of legal maneuvering. And I
Yeah.
almost kind of expect it. I don't know. You just never know about this stuff because one side does not like to see the other side get anything. And
Yeah.
so I don't know. There's certain
And
counties in the state of Georgia won't want to do it at their precinct. I can guarantee you. But yeah, you did hear right. It's not. When I first heard it, I went, "Oh man!" But no, it's not. It's not like that. It's not like we all have to show up and count all these together in the same room and be there till 3 o'clock in the morning or show up the next day. No, it's we have there'll be rules to it, but we take those out anyway at the end of the night, and we have to box those up and they have to be sealed. So we already take them and get them turned the right way, get them in an order, and we set them down in this case and we seal it. So it'll just be a matter of getting them in stacks of 25 and making sure that it matches. So it'll take 5 extra minutes or something. No big deal. So, but you are right. You're right. But
okay.
when I first started, I thought it was a lot more involved. It's actually not that. And like she said, we already count the early voting on the last night too. Anyway, so
Right.
on the last night
Okay.
of early voting, they pull those out, and then that's that other process she talked about. So, but yeah, you did hear that. And this election commission has been here. It's been hearing testimony for and things for weeks. And they've admitted they found problems, and so they're trying to pass things to fix those problems. But there are legal battles looming,
Yes.
and like she
And
said, the QR code will probably go away next year, but for this year, it's
yeah,
staying.
well, and just for the record, I had a very interesting moment today. I went out and finished my grass cutting out there in the field. And around the edges of it, it's there's all kind of trees and stuff, and I got branches in the way, and I'm fighting my way through some of that. And you know, when you're mowing, you ain't really looking at the limbs, especially on that zero turn, because I'm trucking, dude. I'm trying to get the job done, and I'm
Yeah,
going trucking through there, and I slowed down just a little bit, but I felt something. It hit me in the back.
nice.
It kind of wrapped around a little bit. And I had no
Nice.
doubt when it hit as to what it was. I just didn't know what kind it was. I knew a snake had came out of that branch and had hit me right across the back.
Well,
So I vacated the zero turn and very as rapidly as possible. It didn't take me very long to get off that thing. And there's about a maybe 5.5 foot white oak snake. He's
okay.
still on the mower. He claimed it. He's up there, and he ended up down on the where you put your feet, where your feet are down there, and he
Yeah,
wasn't coming off. So I'm looking. He's not poisonous, so and he didn't bite me or anything. Just I was like, ah. So I'm not wanting to hurt the thing, and I ain't no limb, nothing. I had to put my foot on his head and pick him up, take him back over to the woods. And he was mad
nice.
about me putting my foot on his head, but I didn't want to get bit. Even though they're not poison, I still don't want to get bit.
I don't want to get bit. I don't want a snake on me. I don't want nothing on me like that.
Oh, but I
I'm
thought that
not.
was pretty neat that he fell off and didn't bite me. Huh.
Me and the snakes are not friends. No matter how
Well, look,
good they may be.
look, the non-poisonous ones I'm not hurting. I just don't. I don't want to. You know, uh,
Yeah.
I ain't got no desire. They serve a purpose. You know. Now the poisonous ones they serve a purpose too, but I got youngins that come down here sometimes, and I ain't having that.
We have a Chris sighting, but not in the stream. But Chris is coming in one of the streams and has made some comments on some stuff. So we are getting closer to our dear friend being back active. But he come in and liked some videos and made some comments on some stuff. So awesome.
Didn't see him.
And guess what?
Ooh.
This is like 3, 4, and 5 minutes ago. Chris is
What?
Chris is out there lurking around, the mad scientist, in behind the scenes. He's out there.
He's moving. He's up and moving. Uh-oh. So uh we got to get on the topic. We hadn't even really had a whole topic tonight, have we?
We never have a topic. We just find them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's a topic, and I think it's a good one, and we need some good ones, and this is front porch talking, so this might actually fit in this one. We don't want to have another back and forth like we did the other night, but you know, I think we need to talk about some bass fishing. Yeah, I've got the urge to go, and I got to find somebody to go with me because I can't go by myself. Because if I have a shaky, I'll wind up in the water, and then I won't be no more raw. So I got to find somebody in the Dawsonville, Colquitt area that's willing to have somebody go fishing with them. You know, that way I can get out and do some bassing.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Now, the next time I'm up that way, I'm gonna need you to take me fishing because you know you're big enough. You can pull me out of the water if you need to. I know you don't like fishing that much. You don't have to fish. You can sit back there and record and make fun of me while I'm fishing. You just got to do it quiet, like. Either that or you and Chris can do it. It don't matter. It'll be just fine. Now you're sitting there thinking about something. You're trying to think up a response for this. I know
Oh,
you are.
I've already got responses. I was just being
Okay.
nice, being quiet. I'm
Okay.
just listening.
So go ahead.
Finish your thought.
Oh no, I'm done. I'm done. I just want to hear if you would actually take me fishing or not.
Well, there are some ground rules.
Okay. Oh, this is. Oh, you're gonna bring up me hooking Earl, aren't you? That was
No,
one time. Okay.
no, not going to do that. You probably wouldn't want me to take you anyway, but I mean, I would drive you there. But if you're
Yeah.
talking about me going out on the boat, there's some ground rules.
Okay. What's the ground rule?
Because I'm not 20 anymore, and my patience level would not be good. So first of all, it's on the water. So ground rule number 1:
Yeah.
it can't be below 30 or over 90, or I'm not
I'll
going.
agree with that.
Ground rule number 2 is, how long do you usually go fishing?
Well, that depends on the fish.
Now, see, I have a ground rule to that.
Okay. What's your ground rule?
That I'm not staying more than a certain amount of time. So,
Okay. Well, about half a day.
Depends on when it started.
Okay. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your only two?
Oh no, I've got many more. I'm just
Heavy
dwelling on
rain?
those. No rain. I'm
No
not getting
rain?
wet. No. A lot. You know, if there's a drop or two hit, I'm not that big on.
Okay.
Everybody wears life vest, or I'm not going.
Can I wear my self-inflating?
Only if that is an official law,
It is.
legal, approved.
It is.
Because I will not go on a boat and watch people die, me, myself, or anybody else, because
Okay.
they failed to put on the
Well,
protection.
just for me going personally, I have to wear one because,
Yeah.
if I have a seizure or shaky, whatever, and I wind up in the water, nobody wants to fight that either. So I have a self-inflating one that I wear, and it's got CO2 cartridge. And when I hit the water, it fires off. And it's even made to roll where I'm face up.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got this. I mean, we can go fishing from 6 to 6,
Oh no,
and
that's too long. That's too long.
that's half a day. A
Oh, I
day's
thought
24
no,
hours.
no, no, no. I'm out. I'm already out. Chris, you're up. I honestly have not fished in probably, let's see, I'll say 25 years. I just never was. I've done it. I'm not into it big, and I just I don't even care to fish. I probably wouldn't fish. I would probably because
Well,
I'm not going to buy the license anyway. I would just go to help you.
the for me, I've always enjoyed fishing, but when I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, started doing a little bit of bassing, I got hooked. I like my bass fishing now. As I got older, I got to enjoying it a lot more. Now I really, really like it. And I've always liked it, but my goodness.
The only fishing I ever really enjoyed was ocean fishing, and so
That's fun too. That's a lot more work though. And basins work, but
actually it was no work. It was just drop the hook in the water and something gets on it and you pull it in a boat. That was pretty much it.
no. When you pull it up in a boat though, that's the thing.
I don't
You
have
don't
to
know
pull it
what
up in
you
the
get,
boat.
huh?
I didn't have
If
to
you
pull
don't,
it up
you
in the
got to
boat.
reel it up to the boat.
No,
You
you
got to
pull it up
reel
on
it up.
top of the water. The crew comes over and takes the net and tells you whether you can keep it or not. And they'll bring it in, take the hook out and everything.
Yeah, I've seen them
So
like that. But you got to reel it in.
all you're doing is reeling up. Once they see it, they take over.
You hadn't hooked into the right thing yet. Some of those things weigh 40, 50 pounds and fight.
No, we were fishing
I
for
mean,
red snapper and stuff like that. So I never, I really wouldn't want to hook into nothing big like that. I'm not fighting no fish for 4 hours. I can tell you that. I'm just not into it like that.
okay, I get you. I can feel it. I mean, because it's a man versus nature on some of that stuff. I mean,
I,
really.
I, I just honestly, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'll probably make somebody mad. I don't care. I, uh, I know there's probably lots of reasons people go. I'm just not into the whole sportsman thing, just snagging fish to bring them in and brag about how big they are and weigh them and all that. I always looked at fishing as if you need to survive kind of thing, and you bring them in, you cook them because nobody's going to do that much anymore in lots of places because the water's so nasty. You're not going to bring them in and eat them unless it's a pond or it's been what's been going on. But pull them out of a river. People just I'm not into that whole thing. I never have been. It's like the deer head on the wall. I'm just not into that. I support
Well,
hunting. We have to hunt, but I'll eat like deer meat, fish, but I'm just not into the whole sportsman thing and having to taxidermy and putting them on the wall, and I'm just not into that. I've never
I
been
am.
into that.
I am. I'm waiting. I'm gonna catch me another 10 pounder and I'm gonna put him up on the wall. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. That's
But
your gig. It's just not mine.
yeah, yeah. But and I do. I don't always keep fish. If I want to mess fish, I'll take them. I'll take bass. If I want to mess, I'll take some. But I generally throw them back, and I've thrown some big ones back, and people are like, "Why are you throwing it back?" And see, in my mind, when I throw him back, I'm giving that 6-year-old kid up there with a cane pole or some, elderly gentleman a shot at catching him. And if I'm not going to eat him, I'll put him back.
See, I'm not even really into eating fish. I told you I'm not really into fish and seafood and all that. So it's just, I went as a kid because my buddies went. It was fun to hang out with my buddies. But honestly, I was never one of those guys that fished all night and all that stuff. Give me a few hours just being out there under the stars. That was more enjoyable to me than the fishing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I've done some catfishing like that. Just go out and sit on the river half the night. Me and a good friend of mine went fishing up there on the Tennessee River, a place over there with the Suck Creek area. And it was wintertime. And he was sitting, he done got cold, and I was still fishing. He went and sat in the truck. And I said, I got one more spot up here I want to try. He said, all right. So I walked up here to the spot, and there was a rock right there, and it's kind of at a slope going down toward the river. Well, I cast my line out, turned around, had my lantern in my hand and everything. It was a battery-powered lantern. And I went to move. I had a bucket with me. I was going to sit on the bucket. And when I turned around on that rock, it was wet, and I started sliding. Now, keep in mind, this is January up in that neck of the woods, so it's cold. Well, by the time I get stopped, I'm about this deep in the water. I mean, it just couldn't stop. I was on a slick spot. And what I didn't know, I found out later, was the guy that was in the truck. He was like, did he just fall in? So I'm going to get back out of the water. And I get all the way up to the rock, and I'm climbing out on the rock. And I started sliding again. Right back out to the same depth. And I mean, it's cold. And I said a bad word. And he said, when he heard that word, he was like, yep, he just fell in. And he said a tear run down his cheek. But I made it back out. And finally, the second time, I made it out and got back, crank his pickup, get that heat going. He said, it's already going, size it'll go. He said, you fell in, didn't you? Yes. But that's people that truly love to fish and they enjoy catching it. It's more to it than just going out and throwing a line in the water. You got to know what you're fishing for and where it's going to be. It's like bass. You got to think like a bass. Catfish, you lay around a lot. That's where you take a chair with you.
yeah, I'm just not into it like that. And even the times I went out just to be with people on their boat, a lot of times I never went back out with them because they acted so juvenile and the way they drove the boat, and it wasn't a fun experience. It just was not a fun experience. Too
I'll
many
tell you,
egos.
I do not like a bunch of foolishness or idiocy in running a boat. I do not like it at all.
So there just
Boat,
became a point where I just never went back out.
yeah, I promise you, I'm not out there to run a race. I'm out there to fish. And I generally try to get my boat ramp as close to where I'm going to fish as possible, where I can put in and I can pretty much just drop the trolling motor and go. My dad liked to run one like that, and it's just wide open. I couldn't stand it.
It's too dangerous. I just don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts to hit because you start hitting waves or something disturbs the water, and then it's just not fun to me. Yeah. It's just not my thing. I support fishing. I support hunting. I've never hunted, and I doubt I ever would. I'm just not into it.
I hadn't hunted in years.
I support it because we have to hunt to thin the herds and all that stuff. But I'm just not into that. I'm just not.
Well, I don't hunt here because Jenny made this very clear. Now, my wife, she likes her animals now. She likes seeing her deer and the squirrels and the bunny rabbits and all that stuff. She's declared this area base. If they get here, they don't get shot. Now, they get off of here, that's on them. But here is base.
Yeah. I mean, you have to thin the herd, but or you actually do the animals a disservice.
Yeah.
You get too many there, they're going to end up starving, and it can get really bad. So you have to have a wildlife management
Yeah.
of that. So
Now, she said she also thinks that when you set the hook on a bass's mouth, it hurts his mouth, makes his mouth hurt.
I would say that's probably true.
I don't think so. Not unless you hook him way down deep. You get him lipped. I don't think it really hurts. I think that's more like your fingernail. But
Is there any part of your body that you could put a hook through and you say it don't hurt?
my fingernail.
Bull crap.
Not
You're
all the
telling
way
me
through,
you could?
like here at the end, at the edge, just through the nail, not into the meat, but into the nail. The nail wouldn't hurt. Got no
Come
feeling
on,
in your
man.
fingernail.
Come on.
No. Your fingernails hurt.
You would have to have nails 2 inches long for that not to hurt. And then you're doing all this all the time. Can you imagine doing your nail like that? Come on, man.
Oh,
It
I
hurts.
don't think it does. Well, how do you explain? A lot of times when you catch one, you put him back in, you catch him again.
Rob, how many humans do we release from jail and they go back and do the same thing again and again
Well, that's
and again?
that's apples and oranges.
I mean, Mr. Fish, he might have been from the wrong side of the river,
I
and
think
he just doesn't get it, and he makes the same mistakes over and over again. And there's some smart fish out there that's going, yeah, you're a big dummy, man. They throwed it right back in on you. The same guy, that same dummy with that Georgia hat on, yeah.
yeah.
What do you
What?
know? You'll never learn. You'll never learn. That's what they say to him.
So what you're saying is the ones that you catch again are like Tennessee fans.
No, I'm not saying that.
Not live on air.
No, I'm not going to say that.
I'm not.
There's just as much dummy Georgia fans as there is
Oh,
Tennessee.
there are.
So
There are.
they're
I really need to quit picking on Tennessee. You know,
I mean, I don't like the team and I hate the color, but we got just as bunch of guys that are dumb as rocks that are embarrassing.
all these
as
guys
players.
now want to go out and get traffic citations and all this other stuff. And then acting like knuckleheads.
Well, a lot of that comes from alcohol and
Yeah.
their own ego and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. There's some in every crowd,
Yeah. You know, and I like my dog. I like my bulldogs. I mean, I'm proud of them, and I want them to do good. But man, after last year and them kids getting killed, now they're gonna keep doing that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Of course, we're old now. When we were younger, we probably felt differently about it. So
now they got money.
Yeah.
And lots of it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go out. They're going to get them a fast car, and some of them, and they're going to make some dumb mistakes.
Yeah. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. So you made me some comments a while back about music, and you started with couldn't believe that there was some music that I didn't know or didn't like or such along that lines. Okay. So I would like for you to tell me your top 3 groups. I know one of them. I know one of them. It's Def Leppard.
Well, it was. I mean,
Okay.
I just look at them more now as, we're all about the same age, so kind of followed them. You know, I have not seen them in 20 years, maybe
Okay.
more. It's been a good 20 years. So, and I doubt I would ever go back again because I just don't live that
Yeah.
life anymore of going to concerts. But if, you know, uh, I mean, top three in that genre, it's really hard to say, but if I had to pick, you know, because it's really hard to, lists are hard at the top because there's so many you like. But I would say them, and probably go Led Zeppelin, Van Halen. Pretty simple. Number 4 be Aerosmith.
Okay. All right. So my top three would be ZZ Top. I like that bluesy rock. I do. I always like them. And I'm going to have to say Phil Collins is my second. Genesis, uh, personally. And the last one, Def Leppard. I like probably Def Leppard. They played one of my favorite songs of all time. I actually came out to it wrestling for a while. You know, pour some sugar on me. Dump sugar on yourself. The other wrestlers that come out afterwards are really mad because they got to wrestle in the mess. Even though they go out and sweep it, it's still there. It's like bumping on little grains of sand and you're laughing. Yeah, that gimmick didn't last very long.
Yeah. No, there's different eras of music. I mean, you know, I liked Elvis. I liked different groups. So my
Yeah.
wife has told me she loves me.
Your wife loves you. We love her too. Tell her said hi.
Rob says hi. She said hi. She's headed to go to let the Sandman do his deal. You know, she's tired.
Oh,
She's wore out. Wore slap out, as we say.
war, uh,
Been a,
war,
been a,
war.
been a hard week. We're
Yeah,
tired.
it has been a long week this week. We've had a lot of stuff going on, you
We
know,
have. We have.
and we're still working on getting some more stuff going.
And
Uh,
yeah, oh yeah. Lots going on around the old Southern Fried.
yes. So we got our video up for elections.
We
That
do.
was She was really nice on that. She has a really
Yeah.
good speaking voice,
Yeah.
and she's very knowledgeable on it. So
Well, I like that she kind of came up through, kind of learned it at every level.
yeah,
You know, just
and it shows. It shows. Mm.
it's one of those things that kind of gets in your blood. You know, it's money the people. The people, they make it. I mean, you're honored to serve as a citizen, but it's really the people. They just
You know,
you become a team.
that's kind of like, when we worked together years ago. It wasn't because we liked the job necessarily, or I didn't, but it was the people. You could go in and actually, you know, interact. We'd go by and, hey, what are you doing? Shut up, leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been great people that worked at the plant. There still is, and that's why I'm still there. It's been good to me. I pour myself into it, and it's been good to me. And hopefully, I can hang around the old ranch a few more years and go out on my terms. I hope
Yeah.
so. But it's great. And there's no, there's no. It's not in the water. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I've worked at places where a lot of the people were just horrible. It was a bad experience. I don't know what the secret sauce is, but for the most part, everybody's just really respectful and good, and the culture is great. And you know, it's it makes it good to go in there. You don't dread going in. You go in and say, let's get the job done today, and then you come home.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it's I've been at other places, and you don't get that sometimes. You get bad experiences, and that's hard to go into. It's stressful.
Yeah.
It'll give you an ulcer if you're not careful. So low stress. Sometimes there's stressors. Things tear up. You're trying to get things done. You feel a little pressure to get things finished, or get things fixed or whatever it is. But the people, as long as you got good people, and you're all working towards the same goal, you'll you'll come out, you'll enjoy it. I think that's what's always kept me there. It's close to home. I don't like change. I really don't like. I would go somewhere else. I don't know anybody. This late in the game, somebody'd have to throw me a lot of money to go, and I doubt that anybody's going to do that. So
Well, you never know.
I have no desire to leave. And even money's money, but after a while, it doesn't matter how good the money is. If it's a bad situation, you're going to hate it.
Yes.
It's better to make less and be happy, to make a bundle or a lot more or whatever, the better benefits even, and deal with jerks and stuff every day. I have no desire for that.
No, me neither. Which, what, and if you'd have told me way back when that I'd been in this situation that I'm in now where I can't work, that is the hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
I never didn't have a job. I always found work. That wasn't a problem. You know, and cutting meat's one of those jobs where generally you change places to get a raise a lot of times.
Yeah.
And there's jobs like that. I think banking industry is one of them. But so you better yourself. But you know what? Meat cuts the same no matter which place you're at. It's still meat. You still cut it the same way.
Yeah.
So really, there wasn't a whole lot of change. I might trace something up a little different, but so and then you get different people. And sometimes you luck up, you'd have a good group of people around you, and you'd all just shine. And then sometimes you'd have just one person
That's
that,
all it takes.
yeah, one person can mess up a good crew quick. So yeah, but if you told me way back when that I'd miss it as much as I do, I'd told you was crazy. I'm tired of cutting meat. I'm sick of this. Boy, I sure wish I could be out there cutting meat now. you know,
Well, work gives you worth. It is we're meant to work.
I
And
think that's one of the things I like so much about this is something we can do.
yeah.
You know, and we work at it pretty hard. I mean, I've been trying to line up a couple more interviews for us. I got one coming up, and I may try to sneak us in another one.
Well, we've got a few out there. We're working on a small business. We're waiting. That we're going to be highlighting another small business that needs help.
Okay.
Um, that news will be coming. We're going to do a little commercial for them,
Mm.
uh, and I'm sure there's a couple more. I just having the time to
When
go
was the
to
last time you saw John Atchison?
today.
Today?
Yeah.
We gonna get that scheduled up?
Soon, soon.
Okay. Okay. We're over halfway through the month already. Wait, it's already September the 20th.
Now they're working 5 days a week at night, so it's not easy. So soon,
Hard. Okay.
and then I do some stuff over the weekend. So our schedules are really it's not easy.
Not
So, but soon, soon.
okay. We got you know, it's fixing to be October, dude.
I know. Time is
This
flying.
year has flown by. Oh my goodness, we ain't got many shopping days left till Christmas.
Yeah, don't you mention that, people get real mad.
You shouldn't have September. Oh, I won't think about Christmas. You better start thinking about it. Them youngins want their presents. Oh, what's Kaylee getting for Christmas? No, don't tell me, because then
Oh, I
she'll
have
get
no idea. She'll tell me. She always gives us the whole big list, and then we just pick what things we want to do. So I'll always get one or two things she don't know about, but I'm pretty good at guessing those things she would like. She always she's always very appreciative. I'm pretty good at picking the time frame that she is as a young girl and coming up with some ideas. So she's
I,
she's she's a good kid. She's not demanding in that way. There's things she likes. She understands things cost money, and she she just says if you can get this, that's great. If not, I understand. So
yeah.
we like to surprise her a little bit, but
And see,
it's really a difficult situation because I'm raising her. My other grandchildren, I don't think they understand sometimes that we don't do as much for them, but Kaylee is she's a part of us all the time. She's in
yeah,
she's this is her home. We we provide everything for her, so it's just different. So that's hard. They don't understand that sometimes, but we do get them things. But as far as getting them as same as we do her, no, because it's just a different situation. But we
yeah,
we do what we can. You do what you can,
always.
and then you move on. That's all you can do.
Well, for me, well, we just had two new cousins born this year. So they're little bitty. We got one other little cousin. But that's the only kids we got around right now. Oh, you buy stuff for grown-ups, but I just don't see the point in buying a whole lot of presents for grown-ups. You know, I mean, you get something for your wife, you know, but I've got, and I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. But what in the world do you get a grown man for Christmas? Or a young lady? I mean, I generally tend to just have fun with it. I try not to pick on the same person every year, but or just get a hodgepodge of little stuff, and some of it's funny, some of it's not. Or some of it's like real stuff, some of it's just for a gag. You know what I mean? Uh, yes. At least you can get them the gift of laughter.
Well, I get it. Some people do that. I've never done that. I don't do the gag gifts. If I don't know what to get them, I just get them a gift card from somewhere I know they'd like to eat or go buy
Yeah,
tools or something. So, you
yeah,
know, I
and
don't think you got to go crazy trying to figure it out.
yeah. I generally just do like gift cards or something like that. But you know, I like to put some thought into it and get something that they would actually like. It's like that one year I got my uncle a unicorn onesie with a light up horn. He didn't put it on. I tried to get him to. He wouldn't do it. He did figure out how to turn the horn on by accident. And
You should have wore it.
huh?
You should have
Me?
wore it.
No, it was in his size. Now this is the same uncle that gets me a comb every year for Christmas. And I keep telling him I can't part with it.
Comb your back.
Comb my back. I can't reach around there. I'd have to get somebody else to do that. And Jenny drew the line there. Huh.
Or regift.
A regift. The
Yeah,
comb?
regift. Anything.
Well,
You can
I might.
regift. You can regift anything.
Well, that's not nice.
Why? They're not gonna know.
They might.
These
What
people
if
do
you
that
get
every year.
confused and you regift somebody the same gift they got you?
Well, then you have a good laugh. I mean, it works for me.
Yeah. Hmm. Now we've done a 180 here. I was kind of dragging when the show first started, and you was all hyper and hyped up and get going. Now we're both going 180 here. What happened?
I'm just listening,
Oh,
glancing at the Braves every now and again, see if they can tie the score up.
oh, what score?
4-3 in the eighth. Marlins are still winning. So, but they're not even at bat right now. So they'll only have let's see, 2 at bats left. No, 1 at bat left. So probably going to be a loss for the Braves.
Yeah,
That's the way it goes. They just ain't got it this year, the injuries and everything. So
yeah.
it'll be
And
all right.
Mets are winning.
It'll be all right.
Are the Mets winning?
That's the way. I don't know. I hadn't looked. I haven't looked.
Well, you have good years, you have bad years.
There's a couple of decent football games tomorrow. I'm gonna try to watch, but
Oh
nothing
yeah.
crazy. Nothing crazy.
There is a really good game tomorrow, as a matter of fact, that I'm going to have to watch. And you know which one that is.
No,
The Bama Georgia game.
that's the following week.
Oh, what's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Saturday, but they got a week off.
That's right. Dogs are off this week. Yeah. So we got to wait till next week for the Alabama
Yep.
showdown. Well, I hope they take this week right here and really work on some defense and picking up those guys on edge rushers.
There's about 3 good SEC games, maybe 4. Tennessee, Oklahoma, that'll be watched a lot. Mississippi State and Florida, that'll be watched a lot in the SEC. But maybe Arkansas, Auburn, maybe even one other one, but that's about it. It's not a great week for matchups, honestly. And there's a couple in the top 25, but it's kind of a week. It's going to be a weak Saturday, I think, and it's not a great Saturday for matchups. So, and
All
the
right.
Tennessee game is on late, so
Oh, I think Oklahoma will do that one.
Tennessee's picked. They're giving
Yeah.
points.
How many points they giving?
Last I looked, I think it was 6.5 or something like that.
I think it's going to depend on which Tennessee shows up.
Well, we're going to have to find out which Tennessee it is. Right now, they ain't really played nobody. We'll see how they do against a much better SEC foe, Oklahoma. And we'll see how good they are.
Well, that's hard. Get used to saying SEC foe, Oklahoma. You know, that just, that's still not. At Texas, that's kind of hard to. I'm glad they're here, though. I'm glad they're
Well,
part of it.
you either grow or die. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to. They'll probably do it again. I see 2 more coming in,
Do you?
maybe 4. Oh yeah, in the future.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Florida State, North Carolina in the SEC one year, or North Carolina State, one of those 2.
Wow. Did you see that stuff that was going on at North Carolina State with the
No,
protests and all that? Was it North Carolina or University of?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Did not see it.
I get it. I don't even like to talk about them anymore. I hate to even give it any airtime. But it was one of those colleges over there where they had the whole pro-Palestine stuff.
Well, that's about it. Any of them, honestly.
Yeah. But they went through and took down the American flag and went into the Naval Academy area and took down their flag and hung it over the gun. And all. It's just,
Well, that's because colleges have become cesspools of hate.
I can go along
Many
with
of
that.
them, not all of them, but many of
Yeah,
them. That's what they're graduating,
yeah.
teaching people to hate the country. You know,
And it's gone on right under everybody's noses for years. It's been working that way.
and your tax dollars are paying for it,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
sad.
it is. And I think a lot of these teachers unions and stuff that are out there are doing more harm than good too.
Some of them, for sure. I mean, it's just the educational system in America it's kind of in a mess in some cases. Not in every case, I think, but in some. You know.
Well, I think that's why more and more people are pulling their kids out of the public education system and some private schools or to homeschool.
Well, we got a guy that's going to be coming on. He's going to be talking about that. Pulled his child out of education system and put him in an online Christian school, and she is flourishing. And he is very happy. He's going to come on and talk about that. He's a man of faith, a pastor, and he made a stand for his kid. He made it work financially, and he said she's doing great. So he's going to
Hmm.
come tell his story. You don't have to agree with him. It's his story.
Right.
We've got some other stuff I'm going to put up. I had a chance to go through it. I'm going to highlight as part of our Main Street a church or two that we're going to let them get a little highlight as part of our faith portion of our podcast, and it'll be probably more top weekend top stuff. I'll be doing the morning. I was sick last week, and I had technical issues as well. It was just a messed up morning. I was gonna, still haven't forgotten that one. I won't cheat anyone. I actually have a sermon that's uploaded that I did. I'll probably load that up. It's maybe just a little bit longer than the 30 minutes. Maybe not. I don't remember how long it is. I'm gonna load that up, but I'm gonna be live again. I'll be live Sunday morning, Lord willing. But also this weekend, probably going to post up some a couple things about churches, and we're gonna do some shout out to some historical history of churches and sermons and just different stuff. So trying to cover
Cool.
all the bases. So
Well, I'm going to go back to Weewa Hitchka Sunday, the church down there, and I'm going to see if I can get some information on it and see if I can do a little story down there while I'm there. Uh, it's a beautiful church. So, and the people are great. Now, I'd like to learn a little bit more about it.
well, that's good. That's what we want.
So,
That's what we want.
mm, yes. Uh, well, I don't know about you, but I got tired. I tried to keep going. We've been out there mowing and running and scampering around all day long.
Well, time to go get some rest.
Yes. Are you ready for some rest?
Yeah, I'm ready. I probably won't rest right away. I've got a couple things I need to do, but definitely need to get some rest now. I got some things to do in the morning before I go to work, and get some things knocked out. Hopefully, I can. But
Roger.
I've got a couple of podcast things I want to get done.
All right. Well, we love y'all. We're glad y'all joined in with us tonight. Uh, uh, when I run out of gas, I'm out of gas. I'm sorry. But glad y'all stayed up with us. And
Pray for Michael. He wasn't feeling good tonight. It's good to have Chick Bait come in. Uh, Unsolved with Barb, thank you for your comments. He may be gone by now. We appreciate you. All the other ex streamers that are in here and whatever portion you listen to, we appreciate it. And any other stream that we have. Over the weekend, we'll have Pet of the Week, Vet of the Week, and Sunday morning in the Word for sure. Probably going to slip in a couple other shows as well if things work out. So weekend is more recorded. There'll be some live, but mostly recorded. Then we'll hit it hard again Monday.
Yes. We'll do it Monday morning, bright and squirrely.
Go watch the, if you've not seen it, go watch the interview about the monkey farm. Like and share that. We'd appreciate it. Go to The Keeper or to George Eshelman's Facebook site. Like and share things about the veteran suicide in the movie The Keeper. They would appreciate that as well. If you have a veteran you would like to honor, send us the information and we'll get her done. If you've got the information about ARA,
Animal Rescue. Absolutely.
Animal Rescue Alliance, they are full on animals. They need adoptions, and they don't euthanize anything. So no kill shelter. That they are full, and they need all the dogs that were highlighted in the article that was in the Donaldsonville News. We have highlighted each one of those dogs.
Yes.
So Fern and all those, Oreo,
Bandit,
Bella or something like that. I can't remember the name of that one. They need some adopters. They need forever homes, and they need supplies. So please go help them. And
they're also doing their annual silent auction.
Yeah, second annual.
Yes, and that's what I'm going to be highlighting tomorrow instead of a kitty cat. They're actually moving some kitty cats right now, so I'm going to highlight the auction in tomorrow.
Good.
So, all right. Well, we own the ball, and we hope y'all enjoy liking what we're doing. If you do, give us a like and a follow or subscribe over on YouTube, and we'd appreciate it. And y'all have a great and wonderful weekend.
Yes. Enjoy the weather. Watch some football if you like that, or just do something. Go have fun. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Church. Hopefully you go to church. Support your pastor, and pray for us. And if you got a prayer need, send it to us, and we'll pray for you.
Absolutely. So I got to make sure I do it tonight. I got it pulled up. I'm ready to go. I did this last time and I still forgot it. It's because I'm old.
You better get her done.
All right.
By the way, the vet of the week is a deceased, killed in action Vietnam veteran. Be looking for that tomorrow at noontime. That'll be coming out.
Good deal. Y'all have a great weekend. God bless you, and we will see you periodically throughout the weekend. And both of us here at the same time on Monday morning.
That's right.
Morning show. So, all right. God bless you, and we will see you then. Salute.
Rough.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show.